Hello and welcome to Musings and Monologues, a controversial and thought provoking platform for the average informed English language speaking audience. Today we shall delve into the realm of the messiahs, people always shrouded in mystery. We know throughout history the celebrated heroes have always had a string of backroom boys with their well oiled machinery to sing paeans, create monuments, to perpetuate the myth of the person in power, in the seat of power. Whether it is a capitalist economy or a Marxist one, you require a singular popular figurehead who can actually catch the attention of the masses and propagate myths about them. Hence, from a dictator like Idi Amin to a democratic leader like Narendra Modi, both needed their machinery to actually propagate myths about their so called greatness. Gautam Buddha, or Siddharth Gautam, was the son of a monarch and hence was spoken with much greater reverence and myths created around him rather than myths heaped upon the other unknown intellectuals of his time. Through his sophistry, he of course grew from strength to strength. Ashoka, later a monarch, again decided to propagate the myths of Buddha to the Far East and went up to China and Japan and established Buddhism as the primary religion of that area since the missionaries invaded that area. Buddhism has become almost marginalized in India as it has more strictures, it's a more strict, more rational religion, the most rational religion of all in the world. Even Jesus of Nazareth needed his disciples to write gospels about the melodramatic incidents of his life, his persecution by the Roman emperor, and his subsequent crucifixion and resurrection, magical as it were, to capture imagination of a great worldwide populace. Jesus Christ of Nazareth has become a celebrated religious figure in today's context. Even Muhammad, the virulent warrior who propagated the desert way of life through his myths and through his gospels, actually was also surrounded by a string of mystic saints who sang paeans in his favor and proclaimed him as the Son of the Mighty Lord, much a la Jesus, to make him become one of the strongest political forces of today's context. Look at the cases of Kabir or Mirabai. They were popular balladeers, but their popularity was also created by myths that surrounded them. Even Ramakrishna needed a Vivekanand to propagate the myth of his greatness. It was Swami Vivekanand's arrival in Chicago to address the congregation of religion, which created a halo around him and ironically made him also as much famous as his guru Ramakrishna. Vivekanand, because of his appearance, his saffron clothing, gained popular support and sparked the imagination of Americans because of its distinctiveness. Though in the congregation of religions, as propagated by Dr. Anand Gopal Chatterjee's revealing text, Vivekananda stripped of his myths, which shows that Vivekananda actually did not get to address an audience more than 100 people. But he chose to stay back and actually propagate myths of his supposed greatness. He exported them back to India through the media that was available at that point of time and which gobbled up any information they gathered. He came back to India 2 years after the incident and was celebrated as a hero. Post Vivekanand, we've seen very many such seers and monarchs who have propagated false myths around themselves. even in today's context. When you look at Sri Ravi Shankar or Jaggi Vasudev or Ramdev, you know it is their distinct sartorial characteristics that make them appealing, almost like the aspirational Hindi film hero to the greater populace at large in India. It's more than what they speak, it's what they represent becomes the point of focus for a messiah of today. Even a Shah Rukh Khan, with his natural demeanor, captures that same imagination, albeit in a more direct commercial way than these so called saints who are liberating us. Even people like Arindam Chaudhary or Shiv Khera become marketing gurus because of the marketing strategies with which they market their books, often using chicanery and deceit to actually propagate false myths about their so called popularity. Being employed with one such marketing guru as the creative director of his company, I was astonished to notice that his books became bestsellers where he got his staff all across India to buy away books from the book counters which enlisted the number one bestseller. So his non-fiction became an instant bestseller and remained so in that slot for more than a month, making him the undoubted king of the cool, the ad guru. But such chicanery cannot be tolerated at large. You can see through the mist. You can see through and actually engage in a more meaningful conversation with yourself to know what is the worth and value of that Messiah personally to you. It is a direct relationship one has with his hero or his God or his mentor. That is of greater significance than using and gobbling up the machinery that propagates myths and lies about the man's so called perceived greatness. I'm not denying the greatness attributed to Jesus, Muhammad, or Buddha, but you need to establish a more direct causal link with all these gurus, like with Sri Shankaracharya again, of course, though there have been many myths that have shrouded his popularity as well. You need to actually trace beneath the surface and find the real message which has been spoken through the text that he or she has created by their own efforts. Please write to us and post your comments below about what you think about this. And we shall be grateful if you can actually send us a video to sudchat2020 at the rate gmail.com for us to incorporate your videos into this program to make it truly interactive. Have a good day and thank you all very much.